Hello friends, today I will discuss about the theoretical part of Fermi-Dirac function and Fermi energy level. Here you see there are some questions relevant to Fermi energy level and Fermi-Dirac function. If you know this question very well, then your theoretical understanding will be increased. Okay, so during this lecture, I will discuss all these questions related to Fermi-Dirac function and Fermi energy level. And the next class, I will discuss the numerical and MCQ problem related to Fermi-Dirac function and Fermi energy level. And this lecture is very suitable for science and engineering students, and it helps for preparing NET, GATE and IES exam. Okay, so let's start. First of all, we should know what is the Fermi-Dirac function. Okay, Fermi-Dirac function. Dirac function. So, what is the Fermi-Dirac function? You have to know. All of we know that electrons are distributed in various energy level in atom depending upon their energy. Okay, but we cannot find the position of electron. Okay, so we cannot say what is the position of electron. That's why we used a probability function to finding the position of electrons. Okay, so Fermi-Dirac function is one type of probability function. Probability function. Okay, function, and this function gives the probability for finding electron. So this function gives the probability for finding electrons at energy E at absolute temperature T. Okay, so for finding electron in energy state E and absolute temperature T, this probability function is used. Okay, so what is the probability function? And this probability function is written as f of E equals to 1 by 1 plus e to the power E minus EF divided by KT. This is the probability function. Okay, where EF is the Fermi energy level. Okay, and K is the Boltzmann constant. Okay, and T is the absolute temperature. Okay, and here is the energy level. So this is the Fermi-Dirac function, mathematical form of Fermi-Dirac function. Now, if number 1, suppose E equals to EF. If I want to find the probability of finding electron at energy state EF, then f of EF will be 1 divided by 1 plus it will be 0. Okay, it will be 0 because E equals to F, that means 0 by KT, that means it's 0. So it will be 1 plus 1, so it will be 1 by 2. So the probability of finding electron at energy equals to Fermi energy level is half. So from this equation we can say that Fermi energy is a energy level where probability for finding electrons is half or 50%. When you have to say that when temperature T not is equal to 0, when temperature, absolute not temperature, not is equal to 0 Kelvin. Okay, it's much better. So from this equation we can say that what is the Fermi energy level. So Fermi energy level is the energy level where probability of finding electron is 50% or half when temperature is 0 K, not is equal to 0 K. Okay, so number two condition, when temperature equals to 0 K. When temperature is 0 K, then what happens? When temperature is 0 K, then you can say two states, but two condition is possible, or two condition is exist. Okay, when T equals to 0 K. What is the two condition? Number A, suppose E greater than EF. When energy is greater than Fermi energy level, then what happens? Then it will be, suppose, so F of E equals to 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power, here it will be infinitive, E greater than EF. So when this is greater than value, so it is positive value, and here is T equals to 0, so it will be positive infinitive. So it will be positive infinitive. So if this is positive infinitive, then it will be 0. When this is positive infinitive, so it will be 0. Okay, it will be 0. Now option number 2, when EF greater than, no, it is 1 by infinitives, so this is infinitive, so 1 by infinitive equals to 0. So when energy less than EF, when energy is less than EF, then F of E equals to 1 minus 1 plus e to the power, this is a negative value. When EF is larger than E, then this is a negative value. So you can say that this is minus infinitive. So it is minus infinitive. So when this is minus infinitive, then you can say that 1 plus 1 by e to the power infinitive. So this is infinitive, this is 0. So 1 plus 1 plus 0, so it will be 1. Okay, so here you see that when temperature is 0 K, there are two conditions are exist. Two conditions are exist. Okay, one is when energy greater than EF and when energy less than EF. So what is the physical significance? You have to know. Okay, what is the physical signification of this function? You have to know. So for this interpretation or physical signification, we can write the graph E versus F of E. So if I want to draw a graph Fe versus E, this is the graph of F of E versus E energy. Okay, then you see that the maximum value is 1. Okay, the maximum value is 1. So suppose this is maximum value, F of maximum value is 1, and this is suppose 0. Okay, so if I take this is okay, this is 1. Okay, this is 1. So, and suppose this is EF, this is energy EF, Fermi energy level. So at Fermi energy level, when T equals to 0, there is two possible, that finding of electron at Fermi energy level is 0 and also this is 1. So if I want to draw a graph at T equals to 0, then it will be like this. Okay, there is two states, one is 0 and another is 1. So this is 1 and this is 0. This is 1 and this is 0. So this graph is T equals to 0 Kelvin. Okay, this equals to 0 Kelvin. What is the physical signification? Physical significance say that the energy state below Fermi energy level. So what is the physical interpretation? Physical interpretation is the energy level below EF energy levels below EFs are completely filled. Okay, so this portion is completely filled. Okay, this portion is completely filled, and energy levels above the EF is completely vacant or empty, are completely vacant or empty. Okay, this is the physical interpretation of this curve. Okay, when the electrons get energy from external source, then this energy will jump to the higher energy state. Then what happens? You have to say that, and the at 0K, so all this state, when temperature is not, here you see that when temperature is not 0K, then the probability of finding electron at Fermi energy level must be half. Okay, so you have to draw, suppose this is half. Okay, this is half and this is half. Okay, so when temperature is greater than 0K, then what happen? At Fermi level, it must be okay in this way. When this is the temperature, okay, this is temperature T1. When temperature is greater than T1, this will, okay, suppose this is another. So when temperature is greater than T, okay, so in this condition this will be this. Okay, this is T1, and when there is another temperature greater than T1, this is another, this is T2. Here you have to say T1, here is T2 is greater than T1. Okay, this is the graph between Fe and E energy level. So here I have discussed what is the signification of Fermi-Dirac function and what is the graph between Fermi energy function and energy level, and what is the signification of Fermi energy function at 0K, and what is the signification of Fermi energy function greater than 0K. So here you see that there is a question. This is the question. So write down the expression of Fermi-Dirac function, explain the meaning of each parameter. I have done this. Now show the probability of finding that state below state del E above the Fermi energy level, Fe is filled, equals the probability that state below EF by the same amount of empty. So what is the meaning? You see that this is the another curve. So first of all, this is the empty portion. This is the empty portion at temperature T1, and this is the filled portion. Okay, so this portion must be equal. Okay, you have to prove it. Okay, this portion must be equal. So here you see that so that probability that the state del E above the Fermi energy level EF is filled equals the probability state below EF must be same amount of del E is empty. Okay, so here you have to prove that this portion must be equals to this portion. Okay, this portion must be equals to this portion. So how to prove that? How to prove this? Here you see that Fermi energy is given by F of E equals to 1 by 1 plus e to the power e to the power E minus EF divided by KT. This is the Fermi-Dirac function. Okay, so let the del E is energy state above the EF, Okay, so del is the energy state above EF. So you can say that E equals to EF plus del E. Okay, so EF minus E minus EF can be written as del E. So suppose this is equation number 1. So from this equation number 1, so you can write that del of F of E plus EF plus del E. Okay, so you can written the del of FE can be written as 1 plus e to the power del E divided by KT. So this is suppose equation number 2. This is a Fermi-Dirac function at energy del E energy above the EF energy level. Okay, this is the energy level. Now del E is energy state below EF. Then what happened? So E equals to EF minus del E. Okay, del E. So it can be written as E minus EF can be written as del of E. So from equation number 1, you can write that the function must be f of E. Okay, so it can be written as 1 plus e to the power minus del E divided by KT. This is the minus del E. So now the del E is the energy state below EF. Then the finding of electrons at energy state del E below the EF is given by this. This is the finding of electrons. So what is the empty position? Empty position must be equals to 1 minus this function. Okay, so you can write that the probability that E minus EF or EF minus del E. Okay, so EF minus del E is empty is given by P. Suppose P is given by must be 1 minus F of E. You see that this function is the probability of finding electron at energy level EF plus del E. Okay, suppose if I draw this is AE and this is F of E. Okay, now this is the at 0k, this is 0k, and this is half. Suppose this is half, this is 1. So at t equals to 0k, and this is the half portion, so it can written that this is the energy. So this function is the energy state above EF. So this function is given by F of E. This is the F of E. Now the del E energy is state below the EF. What is the below EF? Below EF, this is this condition. This condition is given by F of dash. This is the F of dash, F of E. The vacant portion, this is the vacant portion. So this vacant portion must be equals to 1 minus F of E. So this portion, now the del E is the energy state below EF. So below energy state, this is the energy state below, and this portion is filled. Okay, this portion is filled, and the vacant portion must be equals to 1 minus this. Okay, so probability that del EF that EF minus del is empty must be equals to 1 minus F of E. So 1 minus F of E can be written as 1 minus this 1 plus e to the power minus del E divided by kt. Okay, so you can write this in this way. So 1 minus this can be written as, so in this way, suppose this is 1 plus e to the power minus del E divided by kt. Okay, so you can write this in this way. Okay, you can write this in this way: 1 minus 1 by 1 plus 1 by e to the power del E by kt. Okay, now you can write this 1 minus 1 e to the power del E by kt plus 1 divided by e to the power del E by kt. So in this portion it will be 1 minus this will be del E divided by kt, and here will be del E divided by kt minus 1. So it will be this is plus. Okay, so it will be 1 plus e to the power del E divided by kt, and here will be 1 plus e to the power del E divided by kt minus e to the power del E divided by kt. This portion it will be cancel out, so it will be 1 by 1 plus e to the power del E divided by kt. So this is equals to the function of F of E. Okay, F of E. Here you see that this is the function of F of E. So the empty position, this is the field position, and this field position is equals to the empty position below the Fermi energy level. Okay, so here I have proved this question. Okay, I have solved this question, So first of all, we have discussed what is Fermi-Dirac function. Now I have discussed that, so the probability that state del E above the Fermi energy level EF is filled equals the probability that state below EF is the same amount of del E is empty. So here I have proved this provement. Now the second question, derive the expression of Fermi energy level in intrinsic semiconductor for the same effective mass hole and electron, so that EF lies center of the Fermi energy level. Okay, so Fermi energy at intrinsic for semiconductor. So Fermi energy for intrinsic semiconductor. So if I draw the Fermi energy for intrinsic semiconductor, if I draw the energy band diagram, energy band diagram, then it looks like this. So suppose this is EV and suppose this is EC. This is EC suppose. Okay. This is EC. This is valence band and this is conduction band. So you have to know what is the hole concentration and what is the electron concentration of intrinsic semiconductor. So the Fermi level is the energy level where finding of electron, probability of finding electron is half or 50% when temperature is not 0 K. This is the definition of Fermi energy level. Now you have to know what is the hole concentration. This is the suppose hole and here is the electron concentration in conduction band. So here you have to know that concentration of electron, concentration of electrons at conduction band. So it can be written as suppose n equals to Nc e to the power E minus EF divided by KT. Okay. So here is EC. Here it must be equals to EC. This must be negative. Okay. So EC minus EF by KT. Where NC is the NC equals to 2 pi m of n KT divided by H square whole to the power 3 by 2. This is 3 by 2. This is called, NC is called the material constant. This is called material constant. Okay. So here is the M is the effective mass. Okay, effective mass is the mass for free electrons that hold. The bounded electrons mass does not contribute to this effective mass. Okay, Mn is the effective mass. You have to know about this. What is the effective mass? Effective mass, the mass of free electrons and holes. The electron which are bounded at the atom, this mass is not this mass does not contribute to the effective mass. So what is the effective mass? The effective mass is the free electron and holes mass is called free effective mass. Okay, so Nc is called material constant. Material constant is given by 2 pi mn kT by h square. H is the Planck constant, k is the Boltzmann constant, whole to the power 3 by 2. This is the concentration of electron and conduction band. Now concentration of holes at valence band can be written as P equals to Np e to the power minus here EF minus EV divided by KT. Okay, divided by KT. Here Np is given by 2 pi. Here is Mp. KT divided by H square whole to the power 3 by 2. This is called effective mass of electron. This is called effective mass of electron. Okay, so Fermi energy for intrinsic semiconductor. For intrinsic semiconductor, the concentration of electron at conduction band and concentration of hole and valence band is given by this. Now for intrinsic semiconductor, semiconductor both are equals. Okay, N must be equals to P. So number of hole and number of electron must be equal. Okay. So it can be written as, so you can write this value. So nc e to the power minus ec minus ef divided by kt must be equals to np e to the power minus ef minus ev divided by kt, because for intrinsic semiconductor number of electrons and number of holes must be equals. So it can be written as nc minus np. So it will be e to the power minus ef minus ev divided by kt divided by e to the power minus ec minus ef divided by kt. So it will be e to the power, so both are kt, so it will be kt. So here will be minus ef, here will be plus ev, here will be plus ev, here will be, this will be plus, so plus ec minus this will be minus ef. So it can be written as nc divided by np, that is nc divided by np equals to e to the power, here is kt and here is ec plus ev minus 2ef. Okay, so if I take log in both sides, so if I log ln nc divided by np, it will be ec plus ev minus 2ef divided by kt. Okay, so it can be written as kt ln nc by np equals to ec plus ev minus 2ef. Okay, so from this equation you can write that 2ef equals to ec plus ev minus kt ln nc divided by np. Okay, so you can write also that ef equals to ec plus ev divided by 2 minus kt by 2 ln nc by np. So this is the Fermi energy level for intrinsic semiconductor. Okay, this is the Fermi energy level for intrinsic semiconductor. Now see the question. What was the question? Question is the derive the expression of Fermi energy level for intrinsic semiconductor. So I have done this. For the same effective mass, holes and electrons, so that you lies the center of the forbidden energy band and draw the appropriate diagram. So here you see that, here you see the nc and n, this is the nc and this is the np. nc is given by 2 pi mn into kt divided by h square whole to the power 3 by 2, and here np is given by 2 pi mp kt divided by h square whole to the power 3 by 2. Both are same regardless this mn and mp. What is the mn? mn is the effective mass for electrons, and here is mp is the effective mass for hole. Okay, so if these both are equal, so if mn must be equals to mp, if this is equal, then nc equals to np. Okay, from the equation number, suppose this is equation number 2, suppose if this is equation number 2. So from this equation we can write that EF equals to EC plus EV divided by 2 minus KT divided by 2 into ln, this is T, okay, ln, this must be equals to 1. So NC divided by NP must be equals to 1. So ln 1 must be 0. So it will be EC plus EV must be equals to 0. So EF lies at the middle of EC and EV. Okay. So if I draw the diagram, so what will be the diagram? So if I draw in this fashion, okay. So suppose this is in this fashion, this is Fe, okay, this is Fe, and this is energy, okay, this is energy, okay. So this is the conduction band. Suppose this is conduction band. So if this is the maximum value of Fe is 1 and this is 0, so energy level here is Ev, and suppose this is energy level conduction band. So this is valence band and this is conduction band and this is EC, okay. So this is EC, and here I have proved that EF is the middle of EC and EV. So this must be EF, must be EF. So if I draw the diagram, then what will be the, suppose this is half, okay, this is half, okay, half. So it will be looks like this is in this way. So here you see that this portion will be vacant and this portion will be filled at greater than temperature. This portion must be equal, okay, this portion must be equal. So this is the Fe versus E energy diagram. This is the diagram or graph. So here you see that another question, okay. In intrinsic silicon, the Fermi level lies in the middle of the band gap. How does the Fermi level moves when it's doped with phosphorus and boron atoms? Can the Fermi level pushed up into the conduction band? If yes, explain how, and if not, explain why. Okay. So in this lecture, I have completed about the Fermi-Dirac function. What is the Fermi-Dirac function? What is the signification of Fermi-Dirac function? And the second, I have discussed that what is the Fermi energy level for intrinsic semiconductor. Now you have to know what is the Fermi energy for extrinsic semiconductor. This portion is for Fermi energy for intrinsic semiconductor. This is for intrinsic semiconductor, okay, intrinsic semiconductor, the Fermi energy for intrinsic semiconductor. Now you have to know the Fermi energy for extrinsic semiconductor. So first of all, you have to know the crystal structure for intrinsic semiconductor. So for intrinsic semiconductor, what is the crystal structure of intrinsic semiconductor? Suppose intrinsic semiconductor has silicon and germanium. So silicon and germanium both have 4 valence electrons. This is the 4 valence electrons, okay, and they create covalent bond with their neighboring silicon atom. So suppose we say that this is silicon atom, this is silicon atom, this is silicon atom. So each silicon atom has 4 valence electrons, okay, 4 valence electrons. So each atom create covalent bond with their neighboring atom. Okay, neighboring atom. So when at T equals to 0 Kelvin, all covalent bond is exist. There is no broken of covalent bonds. That means at 0 K there is no free electrons or holes. That's why at 0 K there is no current carrier. There is no carrier. Okay, that's why this silicon does not conduct current. So that's why at 0 K silicon behaves as a insulator. Okay, now this intrinsic semiconductor the conductivity can be changed in this two ways. Number one, increasing by increasing temperature. Okay, temperature. When you increase the temperature of this crystal structure or silicon, then this covalent bond is broken. When each covalent bond there is electrons holes pair. So this create carrier. So this carrier conduct current. That's why when you increase temperature of this intrinsic semiconductor material, then the conductivity of the material will be increased. Number two is doping. Okay, you can dope with doping. You can increase conductivity of the intrinsic semiconductor by doping. So doping can be in these two ways. One is by doping with pentavalent atom and dope with trivalent atom. Okay, so in this way you can dope. So this, if you dope with pentavalent atom, the extrinsic semiconductor is called N-type semiconductor. When you dope the intrinsic semiconductor with trivalent atom, this is called P-type semiconductor. Okay, so for intrinsic semiconductor, the Fermi energy diagram is, this is conduction band, this is valence band, and Fermi energy level, this is the Fermi energy curve. Okay, this is Fermi energy curve. So here I have to discuss the Fermi energy for N-type materials or P-type materials. Okay, so I will discuss the Fermi energy for N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. Okay, for N-type semiconductor is, suppose this is pentavalent, must be pentavalent atom. So phosphorus is a pentavalent atom. Phosphorus has 15 electrons, so it can be 2, 8, 5. So 5 is the valence electrons. So valence electrons. So if you dope pure silicon with pentavalent atom like phosphorus, this is phosphorus. Okay, so phosphorus have 5 valence electrons. This is 4 and another is 5. And suppose this is silicon, this is a silicon, this is a silicon, this is a silicon, and another is silicon. So the 4 valence electrons of phosphorus is create 4 valence band with their neighboring silicon atom. And you see that there is an extra electron. This is an extra electron. And this valence band is reside on the conduction valence band. Okay, this energy of this extra electron is higher than the covalent electron of this covalent band, that means valence band. Okay, so electrons energy of valence band or the energy of this covalent bond. Okay, the electron which is create covalent bond with their silicon atom. So the extra electron, this is extra electron, this extra electron has more energy compared to this electron which has created covalent bond. Okay, so this extra electron has higher energy than the energy of valence band, and this energy is this energy of this extra electron, energy of these extra electron is below the energy of conduction band, okay, so if I draw this is suppose conduction band, and this is suppose valence band, okay, so here this extra electron called impurity level, donor impurity level. So donor impurity level, the energy of the donor impurity level is slightly lower from this conduction band energy band. So this difference between the donor energy level and conduction energy level is very much low. So during collision, this donor electron can receive energy to reach the conduction band, okay, so during collision this electron can reach to the conduction band. That's why the many number of states at conduction band is filled. So many number of states at conduction band is filled with electrons, okay, with electrons. This is the condition. Now if I, so you see that what is the difference? This is in this way the electrons is accumulated at conduction band. Now if I draw the energy versus Fe function, this is suppose, so in this way here I have, in this way if I want to draw the Fermi energy level, so in this way suppose this is the function of, in this way this is f of e, okay, f of e, and in this way this is e, this is called e c, this is called e v, and suppose this energy is called donor energy level, ed, this is called ed, okay. Now you have to draw the Fermi energy function, okay, Fermi energy function. So here you see that maximum energy state at conduction band is filled, and Fermi energy, Fermi's Dirac function gives the probability of finding electrons. So in this state of conduction band, all the energy level are filled. That's why Fermi level moves to the yeah. So this is suppose this is Fermi level. Okay, this is Fermi level. This is Fermi level, moves towards the conduction band. This is Fermi level. So this Fermi level can be represented in this way. Okay, in this way. So Fermi level moves towards the conduction band. Why moves? Because number of states in conduction band is filled. So Fermi level is Fermi energy function is the Fermi function is the Fermi-Dirac function is the function for finding electrons, probability finding electrons. So in this region, that means at conduction band, various states in conduction band are filled to indicate that many number of energy states at conduction band is filled with electrons to indicate that many number of energy state at conduction band is filled with electrons. Fermi function or Fermi energy moves towards the conduction band. Okay, this is the reason. Okay, so in this case, the Fermi-Dirac Fermi energy can be written in this way. This is in this way. This is EF. Okay, this is donor energy level. Okay, this is conduction energy. This is conduction band energy. It is the valence band energy. Okay, this is the function. In this way, you have to write. Now, for p-type semiconductor, if you dope with trivalent atom, that means aluminium or boron, it has 3 valence electrons. 3 valence electrons. So 3 valence electrons means this is suppose aluminium. So it has 3 valence electron, and the neighboring silicon atom. Suppose this is the neighboring silicon atom. This is neighboring silicon atom. So 3 valence band of the aluminium atom create 3 covalent bond with their neighboring atom, and one is vacant. Suppose this is another, this is vacant. So this vacant portion can be filled up by the electron from the valence band. So if I draw this, suppose this is suppose conduction band, and this is suppose valence band. Okay, and this energy is similar. Energy is similar to the conduction band, slightly higher from the conduction band. Okay, this is suppose this is aluminum. This aluminum has 3 electrons and one is vacant, and this vacant puts energy is similar and slightly higher from the energy of valence band. So from this valence bond, you can create from the electrons create holes. This vacant can be filled. So there are many number of holes. Okay, in this for this region there is many number of holes. This is called, suppose this is called acceptor energy level. This is called acceptor energy level, and this is called EV. Okay, this is called EV, this is called EC, and the Fermi energy level will move towards the valence band to indicate that the number of states at valence band will filled with the holes. Okay, so in this case the Fermi energy will be looks like this. This is the Fermi energy. Okay, this is the Fermi energy. So in this way f of E, and in this way this is E. Okay, so Fermi energy moves towards the valence band for at p-type semiconductor to indicate that many number of state at valence band is filled with the holes. Okay, this is the main concept. Okay, so in this way you can answer why the Fermi level is moves towards the conduction band, and for n-type semiconductor why the Fermi level moves towards the valence bands for p-type semiconductor, and what will be the Fermi energy level for intrinsic semiconductor. This is the Fermi energy for intrinsic semiconductor. For intrinsic semiconductor Fermi energy will be this. Okay, this